Doctor Who Story by Story. The Demons Review. Just the facts. The Demons is the name of a 5-part Doctor Who story aired on BBC One from the 22nd of May to the 19th of June 1971 as the final story of the show's 8th season. It starred Jon Pertwee in his second season as the third Doctor, accompanied by his companion Jo Grant, played by Katie Manning in her debut season. Unit continued to be a fixture, with Nicholas Courtney in his second full season as Brigadier Alistair Gordon Lethbridge-Stewart, and John Levine and Richard Franklin also regulars as Sergeant Benton and Captain Mike Yates respectively. This season also saw Roger Delgado playing the Master, the first and only time in which a villain was actually a series regular. The Demons was written by producer Barry Letts and Robert Sloman under the pseudonym Guy Leopold, and script edited by Terence Dix. Veteran Who director Christopher Barry, who directed many other stories in the series from the original Dalek story in 1963 to The Creature from the Pit in 1979, directed The Demons, with incidental music from regular composer Dudley Simpson. Plot. The Doctor and Unit become involved when the archaeological expedition of a barrow in the ominously named English village of Devil's End seems to unleash an all-too-literal hell. Guest cast. The major guest star of The Demons is Damaris Hayman as White Witch Miss Hawthorne. Hayman is a British actress who made her acting debut in the 1954 film The Bells of St. Trinians and appeared in a number of other TV series including One Foot in the Grave, The Young Ones, Steptoe and Son and Duty Free. Also appearing in the story is actor Stephen Thorne, whose other credits include Z-Cars and who made a number of other appearances in Doctor Who, including as Omega in The Three Doctors and in the Tom Baker story The Hand of Fear. The cult member who objects to sacrificing Jo is Matthew Corbett, otherwise known as Sooty. Trivia. A scene in episode 4 featuring Jo and Captain Yates in the cavern was originally written as the audition piece for actresses auditioning for the role of Jo Grant. A number of complaints were made by viewers, not about the occult aspects of the story as the production team had been wary of, but because they had mistaken the blowing up of a model of the village's church in the last episode as being the real thing. The story features a transmission from the channel BBC Three. There was no BBC Three in 1971, and there wouldn't be until 2003, which is rather later than the production team would have envisaged, even if they did at the time intend for the unit stories to take place in a sort of hazy near-future setting. The Demons is the third and final 5-part story in Doctor Who history, the other two being the back-to-back second Doctor stories The Dominators and The Mind Robber in Season 6. The story was novelized by Barry Letts in 1974, with a script book released in 1992. An audiobook of the original novelization was released in 2008. The Demons was released on video in 1993, and on DVD in 2012. The original color version of the story had long been lost, and colorization was necessary for both releases, with both using the best technology of the time to do so. Reaction. The Demons achieved high ratings on first transmission, ranging between 8 million for episode 2 and 9.2 million for episode 1. Most of the cast who worked on The Demons cited it as their favorite serial, admittedly as much for the 2 weeks-long location shooting in a picturesque English village with a good pub as for anything else. The serial has long been a fan favorite and is often regarded not just as one of the best Jon Pertwee stories but as a true Doctor Who classic. What I think. In contrast to fandom, I've never personally been that big on The Demons. I recall being vaguely unimpressed by it, especially given its reputation, when I first saw it back in 1988, and that feeling has rarely changed since, and usually for the worse when it did. Which is probably the reason that, up until earlier this week, I had not actually seen The Demons in full for around 12 years. But for some reason I felt like giving it another whirl and ended up rather enjoying it. Oh, I still think it's massively overrated and the resolution is frankly crap, But I still found the ride pretty entertaining this time around. Clearly I was just in the right mood. Which is why anyone expecting a rant this time is probably sorely disappointed right now, because I'm giving the demons a pretty smiley-faced B.